It turns out that the shinobi world in Boruto is kind of non-existent. We have a whole new generation. We've had Denki, who didn't even know what chakra was, he had to look it up. And we've also got those ninja tools now that let literally anyone use jutsu. You can just shoot water style, you can do lightning jutsu, you can do anything with it. It's really insane. And does this really mean that everything is over? Now, we've also had a bunch of DNA experiments back in Naruto Shippuden. We've had Orochimaru just tamper with his own DNA with other DNAs. He's also created clones in Boruto. He's basically done. He's created Uchiha clones. He's created Mitsuki, and it wouldn't be too far-fetched that Kawaki is Orochimaru's project in terms of him being a clone of Sasuke and Naruto together, basically creating a perfect warrior in a sense, because I don't see any other way that someone like Kawaki could defeat these two god tier characters in the Naruto universe, because these two characters have been incredibly strong. They have the 6 paths chakra, and I don't see just anybody standing up and just defeating them like that, especially if they're both around. Naruto has Kurama. He's got both halves of Kurama. He's got chakra from other tailed beasts that he can call upon. He's obviously, I mean, even if he hasn't trained, he's still incredibly powerful just because of that. He's got his chakra cloak. Sasuke has the Rinnegan that he can just use to teleport. He has his perfect Susanoo. He has so many jutsu that he can use. It's ridiculous, and I don't see any other way for them to stand, well, for someone like Kawaki to stand up against them, unless he somehow managed to seal them in a different dimension or in a jutsu or just something along those lines, because right now there's not enough information, but everybody in this community is speculating. And like I said, there's been so much about cloning in Boruto. Like I said, we've seen the Uchiha clones, we've seen Mitsuki, so who's to say that this isn't another clone of Orochimaru's? Because Orochimaru has always been a sly character. Yeah, he might have kind of changed, but would you really trust someone that's a literal snake? I don't know, because there's just so much right now that we don't know, but it would be pretty easy to just obtain some DNA samples from Naruto and Sasuke and just create your own Frankenstein sort of scheme and give birth to this amalgam of power. Now, of course, the only thing that we really have to go off of on this is Kawaki's hair. It's black at the top and his sides are kind of blonde. His eyes are also blue, and he kind of really does, I guess, resemble Naruto's face, although he obviously doesn't have any of those whiskers or the Sharingan. So again, I would much rather prefer that Kawaki's his own character with like an explanation of how he became so strong, because it's obvious if he can keep up with someone that's Boruto, kind of, I think as a teenager or like young adult, there's gonna be some explanations that are gonna be needed, because not anyone could just rise up and become that strong. Now, of course, he does have the same, I'd say, curse mark as Boruto, and we all know who specializes in curse marks. It's Orochimaru. It's always been Orochimaru that specializes in that. Now, in one of those Boruto chapters, Boruto got some sort of seal on his hand that's kind of a diamond, and he got that from Momoshiki, and he told him, those blue eyes of yours are gonna one day take everything from you. So we don't really know, we don't have enough information on just who this character is. Now, there's another possibility that this guy could be Denki, or could be the character that Boruto was fighting against, kind of like in a sparring match where he kept talking about how he wanted to be a shinobi and how he's failed so many times. They do seem similar. This could be like an alias or alias, whatever, on how Tobi / Obito was the thing. They're so similar. He's got the pole, he's got the same looking clothes, his hair is covered. There's so much there that you could go off on its own to figure out who Kawaki is. but he might be, you know, introduced later on. We don't know. There's been a bunch of changes from the manga and the movie to the anime, so once we get more details, we can go on a bit more and a bit in depth about who Kawaki really is. Now, I know that this hasn't been really informative, but I just wanted to create a discussion with everybody here on just what you guys think. Who is this guy? Do you think that he really is an experimentation of Orochimaru's, or do you think that it's not, that Orochimaru had nothing to do with it, and that this guy is his own character that has worked for his power, similarly to how Naruto and Sasuke have, although Sasuke, you know, got the eyeball. You know what, I'm not even gonna talk about that, but for real though, what do you guys think? Just, what are your theories on who Kawaki really is, what he is, where he came from, just things like that, because we know that in Boruto, shinobi aren't gonna be the way they were during the First Great War, and even during when the Senju and Uchiha kept fighting, because those are incredibly tough shinobi that face such dark times, and then we have these new shinobi, new generation that has been in peaceful times and thus has kind of, I don't know, kind of gotten, no, I wouldn't say weak, but they're not what they could be. So yeah, just thank you so much everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everybody, peace.